Good day, folks. It is time for another one of these things that I'm sure everybody loves so much. They like it so much that they only watch like the first 3 seconds of them because they see my face and disappear. It's only ever two people, so that's fine. But I am here again with another one of these. And I actually took the day off work today because, if you remember, one of the last two, I think the one before this one, the video that before this one, I had made mention that they were supposed to come in here and do a where the hell is the stupid thing? It's right there. The electrical panel inspection is what they were going to do. Now, they were supposed to come in the morning, didn't. Well, okay, I shouldn't say that. They could have come anywhere between 9 and 5. I took half the day off because usually when they come in here to do things, they do it in the morning. Figures the one time they don't. So they did come in here at like 2:30 or thereabouts on whatever day that was. I think it was the 13th of November. And I mean, that's not when it was uploaded, but that's when it was recorded. But the day for some reason I think is the 13th. So we'll call it the 13th of November. I might have said October a second ago. That's not what I meant. But they came in, they took the cover off. I don't know what they played around with, if anything. They certainly didn't do anything to trip the UPSs or anything like that. Put the cover back on incorrectly and left. Didn't do anything else. So, again, I would have liked to be here because I would have liked to ask questions about what the hell is going on. And then the plot thickens because 2 days ago, Wednesday, the 26th, the same notice is on the door. Everybody's door. That they're going to come in today between 9 and 3 to do the same thing. And so I took the whole day because I wanted to, I'm the curious sort. I don't want to get in the way of their work or anything like that, but I'd kind of like to know what is going on because it's the second time in the same month. One starts to ask a couple questions at that point. And not even just like select units either. It was on everybody's door for the most part. I mean, some people are here, obviously, but like I said, the thing said anytime between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. It is now about 3:45. I have not seen anyone. I have not seen any evidence that anyone is here to do that. So now I've got more questions. Like what's the deal with that? Did the people not show up because there was an illness or a problem or had to go to a different call? Was it for selected units and they just didn't know which ones they were, so they put them on all the doors? Did it go to the wrong building and put notices? I mean, it was labeled for this, but I can't tell you how many times it's really bad with the mail. I can't tell you how many times I have gotten mail for the other building. And it begs the question, how the hell do you screw that up? Like, I could understand it if I get the neighbor's mail, the next door neighbor or anything like that, but it's a different building, man. Anyway, so I don't know what's going on with that. Because I've been waiting for that to happen all day, I haven't really gotten anything done. But I guess I shouldn't say that because I did manage to get a few things figured out. Got that installed. So that's like phase 1 of a project. I'm in the middle of changing a hard disk, upgrading that because that needs to be done. I did partially clean this off, so at least that's started now. I don't know what I'm going to do about that stack of VCRs. I think they're going to have to go out into storage. But I don't know when I'm going to do that or where in storage they're going to go, because I still need to have that conversation with them about transferring to a larger storage unit. And I don't know if I'm going to have that conversation. Oh, it's the paper on the printer down here that keeps moving. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Yeah. That's interesting. I have another case down there. The one in the corner. I gotta put something in that. I have all the pieces for that. I just have to actually put it together. And I'm going to use that as a method for alleviating storage concerns on, not so much storage concerns, but RAM usage on one of the machines, because RAM is expensive right now. I don't know if you've looked into system RAM recently, but 32 gigs is pretty much the minimum baseline that I would use for just about anything these days, unless it's some dedicated use server where I can get away with 16, you know, like something that's just going to run an operating system, like a print server, for example, or an NTP server or something like that. Now, you can use less than 16, but 16 seems to be the lowest that you can go these days. So, unless I can get away with that, 32 is pretty much the baseline I would ever put into anything. I used to be able to get a DDR4 32 gig kit of DDR4 3200. I'm not talking about the 3600 stuff, but the 3200 stuff. I used to be able to get that for about $180. It's now almost $280. And the DDR5 is almost $500. If you can find any of it in stock. Good luck with that, too. So, I don't know what happened. I mean, I do know what happened. They stopped making DDR4, caused a problem with that, started it back up, and now apparently it's caused a problem for both of them. So, that or tariffs is the other option, but this is Canada, so I don't know if that's actually a thing or not. So buying memory is basically out of the question for any project that I would want to do in any appreciable or really ever. So, and because my temporary solution, there's nothing more permanent than a temporary solution, it doesn't look like I'm going to be changing that out anytime soon. And again, I'd have the same issue. I need memory. I don't have anything that's got memory in it. Other than what it is. The end goal is going to be to just create another one, and that's how I'm going to double the memory to 64, because I need to double it to 64 gigs is what I need to do. In fact, I really don't even need to do that much. I only need 48, but, you know, expansion room and such like things, and giving things more memory that happen to need it, whatever the case may be. I need more than 32 in that box. I cannot put more than 32 in that particular box, so I need to find a way to get it up. And my way to do that was to put a more modern piece of hardware in it. But I wanted to change the case, and maybe the power supply, but certainly the case. And I've been dragging my feet on that, and at this point, seeing the cost of memory, don't think it's going to happen, so I'm going to just stick with, or I'm going to just make 2 boxes, and we'll do it that way, because that's economical. You know, there's the right way to do things, and then there's the cheap way to do things. I always do things the cheap way, because that's kind of what my goal is. I'd like to know what I can do with what I already have, because to me, there's no sense in spending a whole bunch of money on a bunch of equipment when I don't need to. I have stuff perfectly here that can do what I need. So And I have the space open. It's not like it's going to go anywhere anyway. I have a case I need to change, but I got to do something with the machine that's already in that case. I got these things down here I need to work on. The list goes on and on and on. And all of this stuff is stuff you're going to see in the new year because I have got my video uploads figured out for the rest of the year. So, yeah, I'm going to get rid of these too. I need to get rid of them. And that's not your indication that you can beg, plead, and cry for them in the comments, because I will ignore you with impunity. I bought a bunch of short network cables. I don't remember why. Probably for some router project or another that I never ended up doing. And they've just been sitting around, so I'm probably going to have to start putting some of that into service. I know I want what I want one of them for. But again, that'll have to come later. So, it's almost 4 at this point. I think I've said what I need to say, so I'm going to go ahead and shut this off and continue working on a few things that need to be done. Just a couple. Probably not much. There's not much that still needs to be done. I wanted to do a lot more because I wanted to go and get some UPS batteries, but when you're expecting people to be here, kind of a little bit of a problem, right?